Hey guys, Nick here. Welcome to the Omniverse of Nick and part 21 to the Deadly Reckoning, The Walking Shadows of Salazar and Wick. Before we get started, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the Omniverse of Nick main channel, this channel, and all other channels promoting all Omniverse of Nick content. And be sure to check out the Omni Shorts, the Discord, and catch up with any story updates and posts that you have not already. With all that said, let's begin. So we open up with Valley Town, and everybody's there except Morgan, and we have added faces, and Lucille is not there. So then we get to meet Sherry and everyone who wanted revenge on Virginia, and now they're just help for the next threat, which will be Teddy. And Dwight and Sherry reunite, and John and Daniel, they both realize that without Morgan, they got to step up more than ever before because of what they saw Morgan accomplish. They got to show how they've survived this long and that they're in this for the long run. And Teddy and his men soon become the next big threat. And Valley Town continues to grow with added faces and John and Daniel as the main caretakers. Then, one day, two mysterious faces show up at the door. One being Ed, the animal wood person, builder, evil guy, and behind him, someone that no one was expecting to see alive. Seth Geary. He's alive, with longer hair, a beard, and a prosthetic arm with a rifle, a blade, and a screwdriver attached. And everybody is wondering at the exact same time, at least the ones who are obviously around Seth, like basically all our main cast is there. So everyone's here to see it. But everyone's wondering, and probably you guys too, how did Seth Geary survive? Well, back at the military outpost, Seth was not shot nearly as fatally as Chris and everybody else that was shot. So he managed to survive, but it took him a long time, and by that point, everybody else was already gone, and the events of the story had already been playing out. But he was there to see a Walker Chris. And this just breaks him, especially not knowing if Harry is alive or not, which obviously he's dead, took Travis's death, but he kills Walker Chris, searches the outpost and old destroyed airplanes and other places for stuff to help him survive and obviously help the fatal wounds that he pretty much has. And that's how he also manages to forge the prosthetic arm, because he had to amputate it because of the fatality of how his arm was injured. Otherwise, he would have died. And he was lucky to have survived. And he almost dies before reaching a very weird house. And from that point, he is taken in by Ed and nursed back to health. And before figuring out the kind of person Ed really is, or, his little weird mind, obviously that whole thing was screwy anyway, so I think the two would get along just fine. And that Seth, if he had to, would take notice on the fact he'd have to take out Ed, but considering he saved his life, the two just went in it for the long run, and that's where Seth has been pretty much all this time. Anyway, Sherry, one day after all this has happened, thinks to herself for a long time, and she realizes this might work. She realizes that something's been plaguing her mind, and it's not Virginia. It's the man who's caused her and Dwight having a rift, the man who set about and destroyed them. And she knows the very best person to help her get rid of him. She goes to John Wick and says, he's an old assassin, right? He's very good at killing people, right? He is one of the strongest and most just forward and ruthless and dangerous men on the face of the earth, right? So she says, then he'll have no problem for going back to his old ways? Because she has someone she wants him to kill. A man by the name of Negan Smith. That's where we leave things for now. Will they actually go to Alexandria finally, meet up with Morgan, and kill Negan? Who all is going to go? And what about the rest of the Fear story? Find out next time.